So we got a package in today. I'll give you a hint. It's for the bees. What do you think it is? When we started with bees 3 years ago, we never understood what a crazy ride they would take us on. From squashing queens to bee stings. I don't want to have to tell them about it. And even keeping bees inside of a Lego hive. We found the difficult way to do everything. And that includes harvesting all of the honey by hand. But that changes today. Can we get our next Lego box done before the bees swarm and leave? Are any of our hives overly aggressive like the past 2 years? And what's in the box? Wait till you see this.
I'm trying to stop it. I'm pushing it all over the place.
This is the outside of the Lego hive. We have a large amount of bees, and we've been needing to build a second box for this for a while. So that's why we've been separating Legos out inside the house. And so we came out to measure to see what we need to build this box on top of this. So we're going to count all of our Legos, check on these guys, and then see what we need to do to build a second box. So there's a ton of bees here inside the hive, that's fine. But what I need to do is count all of these Legos out here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 69 I think is what I had that way. Let me double check. Lego beehive, 69 long, 53 wide. We've had now for a little over a year. Last year didn't work out great, but this year it's amazing. We're at a spot where we need to build a second box, and so we just came out to measure it. We've separated some Legos inside the house, and so we're gonna go back, build that second box. Hopefully in the next week we'll have one for them because they need it quick. They've got about half the hive is sitting here outside the hive, so we've got to get that on before they split. Last couple pieces. This is huge. It's done!
Yay!
Got it done in like an hour, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Only took us about 2 weeks to make this one box, separate out the colors and get the kids to help. So we've got our medium deep box here to go on top of our first brood box for the bees on the Lego hive. They could not come soon enough. They definitely need this. They're packed in that first box. So the main thing bringing us out today is the Lego hive. They need to have a second brood box. It needs to go on top of theirs because they've really outgrown the first brood box that we built for them last year. We put them in this year and they've been outside a ton. I think we may have lost 1/2 of this hive to swarming. I was trying to get this box put on in time, but I think I might have lost it. I could have moved them over into a nuke box if I didn't get it out here in time, but I just missed it. And so we'll check, see if we still have a lot of bees in there, but we're also gonna go hive by hive and just see what kind of frames we have, because it's about that time of year when we need to start harvesting. And we've got a new way to do it this year. I'm excited about that, but first let me get suited up and then we'll get this Lego hive on and see how it looks. All right, so the second Lego box, the first one we think had about 8,000 Lego pieces. This one's a little bit less because it doesn't have a bottom board, so it's probably in the area of like 6,000 to 7,000. They got pretty stuck on here now, my roof. I think I'm gonna have to change this over to a wood roof because it makes it really difficult to get off because each piece wants to break apart. This one we're just gonna get at it. All right.
Are you gonna smash it down with
No, no, that's real nice. Check that out. We've got, so you can tell where the one box ends, next box begins with the purple front, gray sides, black back, and now they've got 9 new frames to build into. Right here, it's unfortunate that we didn't get it in here quicker, but I think they'll still be able to do a lot with it this year. We don't want to take anything from them. We're trying to keep these guys since we don't have a super to put on here yet. Hopefully this year we can build them into 2 boxes, and then next year we can add on some more. Okay, we're gonna go frame by frame through all these hives and look for any that...
Oh, well, that's...
Alright, so this is mostly brood. See that? Okay, so now we're in the blue hive. I'm hoping to find some frames with some honey. I think we're gonna find a lot of brood, which is okay, but we won't be harvesting any with brood on them. We're just looking for honey in these, so. All right, so this one is all honey. It's about half capped right now. We've got honey in the bottom half, so I need to have them finish up that frame. So I'll try to remember that. All right, that's the blue hive. They're looking good. And then we'll move on to the green hive.
So we're checking the bottom also?
Yeah, we're gonna check it all. There's only a little bit of it here in growth. I see bees in here. They built a lot here in the middle, but it's all connected. I don't want to rip that apart. Yeah, these ones are doing really well. They're fine. I'll leave them alone. There's not enough honey in here yet to take. They're just starting to get into this top box. This is the super right here. Plant some at the door. Don't right on them. Not right on them. Remember, that'll burn them. Yes. Just so they smell.
There you go. They smell it. There.
A little bit over the top. Over the top. Come on, there you go.
Oh, whoa! Look at that.
Whoa, quite a frame here. This one looks great. What do you think? Should we take it? Should we leave it?
Take it.
It's 3/4 filled on both sides. It's looking really good.
I think take it.
So if you remember last year, this was our hive that was really aggressive. So this is insanity. I feel like if I didn't have a suit on right now, I would be dead. So far this year has not been bad, and this is some Saskatraz bees. So we are really excited to have a hive of bees that are not super aggressive on us. So about half and half, I'll let them keep growing. So this one's all honey, but it's only half capped, so. You guys remember the beehives last year, how mean they were?
We had to kill them.
They were real crazy, weren't they? These guys aren't nearly as crazy, and it was about this time of year. So this is the last frame in there. So it's all these frames are half capped on the top, and then either some brood or honey in the bottom. We'll leave them alone for now. We're done with the yellow hive. All right, so we're at the orange hive. This one looks like it's doing really well. There's a lot of bees out front, so I hope that's a good sign that we've got a good amount on the inside.
Whoa, look how many bees are in there.
Okay, so a lot of bees in here. Let me see how they're doing on honey production.
Frame right here is honey.
Ooh, look at this frame.
I think take that one. Yeah. That's like perfect exactly.
There's only part of that, but it's all capped.
Maybe?
Let me think about that one. So they're trying to cap this one. This one's some honey. This one's a lot of honey. This one's looking really good, but I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to take this one that we saw here. So after checking the red hive, their numbers are growing really well. But they lost their queen early on and they're quite a bit behind the other hives. We need them to build up their honey supply to survive the winter. And the little swarm hive we found at the park, it's still going strong. They've almost filled their first box, but we'll leave them to keep growing their hive and their honey supply. These guys are looking good. So we got 3 frames of honey to harvest, and then we've got the flow hives, and I know we've got a lot to harvest there, so we've got some work to go back and take care of. So a couple months ago, we bought this tool right here to help with our honey harvesting this year. And in the past, we've always had to take our frames, we've had to take them inside and hand do everything from scraping it to squeezing out the honey, letting it drain overnight, and then putting it into jars. And so it's been quite a process, especially when you might have 10, 15 frames, 20 frames to do. So we're hoping this tool is gonna save us a bunch of time. Let's open it up. Whoa! Oh man, this is something else. Look at this. It is all the way clear down through there, and I'm not sure how heavy this is, but let's see if we can get it out. So yep, some of you might have guessed it. We got ourselves an extractor, and it's not as simple as you may think. A lot of people just said, just get an extractor, but we have different types of hives. We have the horizontal hive, we have the Langstroth hives, we have the flow hives. Now the flow hives, they take care of themselves. We're able to harvest honey at each one individually. But for the other two, they have different size frames. And so we needed something that could handle both. And supposedly, this extractor is supposed to handle all different size frames. So it costs a little bit more up front, but should make our lives a lot easier. All right, so we've got our extractor already, and this is pretty cool. So it has where our frames go in on the inside, door closes, this locks out, and we're ready to start it up. And then as we increase the speed, it gets faster and faster. And it will throw all of the honey off of the frames at the outer walls. And then when we're all done, drain it right out of there into our 5-gallon bucket, strain it through there. All we've got to do is uncap the comb on all of these and then put each frame in there. So we're ready to uncap these frames. See that right there, look at that. Ooh.
I like honey.
There you go. Ooh. flushing out. Oh man. Ooh. Right now your rise is taking away all the cappings. And so we'll have it right here for the filter. All right, so this frame is all ready to go. So now we're just sticking it down into here to spin it around. And then we're ready for our next frame here. Look at that drizzling down.
All right, bud. You ready to do it? Okay, so you start at the top.
Very nice. Once that's done and dripping out, that's perfect. All right, so we've got our 3 frames in here. So we're closing it up. So we're gonna lock it. You gotta hit stop first. It's picking up speed. Faster. Okay, so we're going to slow it down and then hit stop. It's pretty good. I think there's still some more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a good amount of honey down there at the bottom. That's where we'll pour out here when we're all done. This one's still really heavy. Still a lot of honey on this one.
It's moving. Come on. Trying to bump it. Just push it on one of
So it's a little off balance, and so we're having to hold it. Eventually we can screw it down to something here at the bottom, but for now we've got to hold on to it.
I like how much comb we're able to save. Usually we have to take it all.
So we'll be able to give this back to the bees and they'll have a good jump start. All right, we're gonna try this one more time, see if we can get the last of the honey.
You go.
Oh, good job, Isaiah.
I'm trying to stop it. I'm pushing it all.
So we ran this in about 20 seconds each time, 20, 30 seconds. So it was really quick compared to the way we did it before where we had to drain it down and just leave it overnight. So now we're ready for the second part where we've got to drain it out of this extractor there on the bottom. It's gonna come out of here. It's gonna go through our filter and into our 5-gallon bucket, and that we'll take inside and we'll pour it into the smaller jars. Why do you like helping with the honey so much? Because you don't like honey, right?
Yeah.
But you still like helping?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were able to get the lid off of it and the spinning rack out of there. So now we can get every last little bit down towards our opening down there.
Why is this stone power?
All right, we've got our little jars ready. So now we're ready to pour out some honey. See how much we got from our 3 frames. Looks amazing down there.
Oh, right here on the bucket. Is it a gallon?
Yeah, that's a gallon. So I don't know, maybe 20 jars, something like that. You gonna do it? Oh, to put it down a little bit. You're almost. There you go. All right, let's close it up.
I don't have more. You a bit. I'm a bit little. I can hold it.
Okay, move it out. Let me see you eat some honey.
That's very good. And yummy.
You love our honey?
Yeah.
Thanks for your help. Thanks for helping check the bees.
Welcome.
So 20 jars or 19 and a half jars. And we hope to have a bunch more here when we go out and harvest from the flow hives in the next couple days. We're gonna have it available on our website in a very small quantity. So we ask everybody to limit themselves to 1 jar per person. When we ship it, we've got a cute little cork lid in there. We seal that up and then we'll label it and actually say that it's from the apiary. And then when we get them from our flow hives, we'll label that as well. So people will be able to see if there's a difference in the taste from one part of the yard to the other. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching.
That's very rich. Very, very rich.
Ooh.